Oh, hey there.
Hey, bada bada bada, hey, bada 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 bada, hey,
Hey,
bada
baby.
bada bada bada, swing, bada bada bada,
So
hey, bada bada bada, hey,
wing,
bada bada, swing, bada bada
Kennedy,
bada,
Kennedy,
hey, bada
Kennedy,
bada bada,
Kennedy,
hey, bada
swing,
Kennedy.
bada, Kennedy, 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 Kennedy,
swing,
Kennedy,
swing.
Kennedy.
Mm.
Hello, 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 everyone. What is going on? James here, and after about 20 billion years, Ben has finally decided to grace us with his presence. Now, back to the blonde hair and the mustache, the Freddie Mercury mustache.
Yeah.
Ferris dash.
Joy, that's no way
But I don't have AIDS.
that's no way to welcome Ben back to the podcast. Nice lips, lads. Adam's archive.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, so here we are today. There's a massive storm going on outside. It's such a humid, hot day, but it's raining outside. Crazy how this English weather's going mad this summer.
Thunder
Uh,
and lightning.
Thunder.
Very, very frightening. Yes.
But today, as you can
That's
tell
not
by the
fun.
title,
Toy lightning.
we're coming in to talk about the classic Ferris Bueller film. So obviously, this is a cult classic, a very practical, cool film. I can't imagine the budget being that big in the 80s. Yeah, I mean, I'll just kick off by saying I didn't grow up with this film. I only saw bits and bobs on TV, so I wasn't really that bothered. I watched it overall. I thought very good fun. Really enjoyed it. I guess the main thing that appeals to about it to me is obviously it's Ferris Bueller, and his goal isn't money, clout, baddies, or fame. It's just have a fun day out. Just have a laugh. And there's people trying to control him and stop him. His principles like I'm bringing the order. You can't do this. Oh, my career, blah, 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 blah. Even though it's just Ferris Bueller enjoying himself. And I think all of us can relate to just wanting a day where you just, go off work and just go mad and have a laugh.
Yeah,
And
definitely.
that's what Ferris Bueller does. I like how he doesn't just get everything handed to him on a platter as well. The interesting thing with him is that it's like it's not it's schemes and well thought out things that he's been thinking out for ages. You'd imagine, like when Sloane's when they say Sloane's grandma's dead, and he's like, well, you know what? You can kiss my big white fat ass, and then she's like, his assistant's like, Ferris is on the other line, and then he's like, oh, but then obviously it's just Cameron going. And you, sir, are an absolute idiot. I can't believe what you're saying to me. You should call
Pardon
me.
my French, but you're an asshole.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. In addition, the Ferris Bueller discussion exactly. In addition, when they're doing that restaurant prank as well, it's sort of it's not just click of a fingers and Ferris Bueller's on top of the world. It's like there's stages to it. At first, he's like, "Oh, I'm the Sausage King of Chicago," and the waiter's like, "No, you're not." And then he's like, "Yes, I am." And then
Hey,
and then he
Truman,
gets
the
Sloan.
Sausage King of Chicago. That's me. Yes.
Then he gets Sloan to phone up and say, "Ooh, yes, I'm after the Sausage King of Chicago." Blah blah blah. Blah. And then Cameron uses the same voice he uses for impersonating Sloan's dad, being like, "This is Sergeant, the Sergeant of the police force," and he's like, "Oh no."
Yeah.
And then Ferris just mugs him off and says, "Yeah, we don't want to aspire to be like you, do we?" Yeah, so it's just
great,
cool
yeah.
to see. And obviously at the end, it's shown that he's not indestructible because the principal nearly catches him, but then his sister's like, and has a bit of a face turn because Charlie Sheen kissed her. So there you go. So definitely and also the film's just a fun, easy watch. Really, it goes by quite quick. It's just a fun, easy watch about Ferris Bueller taking chances and going mad and not having any regrets. Really, he's just going mad and living for the day, even if he gets caught. I mean, obviously he does care and he doesn't want to get caught, but no regrets, isn't it? Well, Cameron, he's the opposite. He's like really held down by society and his expectations. And it's cool to have I feel like the audience is more so Cameron because not everyone's going to... Well, first off, it's near impossible to pull off what Bueller pulled off. And second off, not everyone's like some badass cool Chad. I think in reality, more people can probably relate to Cameron. But it's cool to see. He's the only one who really changes throughout the film because at the start, he's like, oh, fucking hell, I'm fed up with the expectations. And then he just smashes up his dad's MG and says, fuck the establishment!
which none of us
Don't
can
you
relate to in our personal
95 beer?
lives.
It was a pink MG, George. You weren't you paying attention? You've watched the film 20 times. It was a pink MG
No,
from 1997 that you smashed up. How long do you reckon you could talk about Bueller? I don't know, probably 20 to 30 minutes, I guess.
I can stretch it out. I've still got a lot to say about
Ben, it's both yours and George's, one of yours all-time favourites. So Ben, what do you have to say about it?
Well, it's in top 15, as is The Breakfast Club. Two greats by John Hughes.
I thought The Breakfast Club was just about a bunch of silly bums just chilling in detention and just having a silly conversation and going,
no,
we've
that
grown
was
together.
That was a cult teen movie because it came at a time where it just sort of hit on, I think, high school 80s movies tropes of the nerd and the bully and the jock and stuff, but also subverted that by being like, okay, so actually they're all as dumb and fucked up and kind of judgmental as each other. They're all the same and they relate to each other in these ways, and that's why it lives on, is because it still has that.
Yeah,
really,
I will try and watch it eventually, definitely.
Oh, okay. If you haven't seen it, then yeah, it's good, and it's basically like a whole movie shot in one room, and I don't know, just it's pretty eternal. Sorry, I just read the chat.
Yeah, the private chat. Yeah. There you go.
But no, then I think I just think it's a shame he's gone, because he's only about 59 when he died or something. But absolute legend, John Hughes, and I think he wanted to write a sequel to Ferris Bueller.
Who's John Hughes? No, I'm joking. He's obviously the director.
Oh yeah. I think he or someone else wanted to do a sequel where it's like Ferris Bueller years later, where he's working in an office job and his life's no longer cool, and he sort of becomes the Cameron in this situation or something. But nothing ever materialized.
You know what? Well, the thing is, with films like that, it feels like everything's wrapped up in a nice package. It feels like you shouldn't really mess with it. Just leave it as it is.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, it's quite cool to see Ferris Bueller have everything work out, but obviously with George, why are you doing the where you basically he's going like this, but he's sticking his hands in this direction, and he's going like that. So anyway, yeah, just came off the Callum's Corner Minecraft server. Yeah, what's going on? Anything funny in there, bro? But yeah, it's quite funny that whenever anyone else tries to bunk off, it goes completely wrong, doesn't it? He goes in the in-betweeners, he goes tits up. Will goes, I've had enough of your lip. I bet you like my lip. Right round your bell end. If Mr. Chippy doesn't get there first, what's he going to knock up? A closet for you to hide in, you bumder.
No, exactly.
And then he goes, he can take a joke. He can take a joke. Then he says to Carl, his little brother, if your parents were bummed in London now, they'd most definitely be dead. And he's like,
merely a scorched shadow on the pavement. Dust.
and then the old he touched us. What? Me?
He touched us here and here and here in the bum.
The bum hole. You evil little shits.
So yeah,
Just
Ferris.
because Kevin's gay doesn't mean he's a paedophile. I'm not gay. I'm not a paedophile. Oh god, we need to do an in-betweeners podcast for one of the days, because that's a bant show that holds up well. I mean, I'm guessing we probably, when it comes to the very
isn't one of the George, isn't one of the last in-betweeners last names Cartwright?
Oh yeah. But George is sort of a mixture of Neil, but he looks like Will, if that makes sense.
I was always referred to as like a Will type, I think. Then I'd like glasses and stuff back in school, and no blonde hair.
Hold on, let's see this. Well, that was a bit of a lie. I've been shunned off the Callum's Corner community because I accidentally filled the Minecraft with poo. What a legend.
Yeah, I think that's one of the...
Fuck off, I'm not Will. No, you've got Neil's personality, but Will's looks. It's true. Why were they annoyed at you filling the server with poo? Surely they could get rid of the poo, couldn't they? Anyway, yeah.
But no, I think that's what I was going to say, is the whole thing about bunking off or taking a day off school is, I think that's why John Hughes did so many movies. I don't even think particularly he's he's a great screenwriter. I don't think it's really in the screenplay. I think it's the fact that the stories he chooses to tell are like ones where it's like you really kind of slot yourself into easily, no matter who. Because like you said, like most people want to be Ferris. Like me, I dressed up as him, whatever. But probably more like Cameron, you know, where they're kind of like very anxious and they've got a lot of kind of like fear about, you know, the big real world and stuff and growing up and everything. And so I don't know. So just the idea of like two high school kids where they kind of have this big emotional cathartic. This anyway, this like
had to stop George then. It's true. I want to talk about, but I'll put it in the comments, I guess. Yeah. What were you saying then?
Yeah, just.
Oh no! You idiot! George is going like this with his hand and going mad.
Anyway, just the.
No!
Because I gotta say it, also I forget it. Yeah, just that they can have this big emotional catharsis just by, you know, taking a day off school and it gets more and more outlandish and bizarre. Like they're in a parade float and they're like, you know, at the World Series and stuff. And it just, I don't know, it's very it's just a lot of fun, and it does hit you in the feels at the end. But it's just a very universal kind of premise, I guess.
What made it hit you in the feels in the end?
Hold on.
The principal covered in dirt, sitting on the bus and Ferris saying, "Go home, go away, it's over."
No, just I think the bit where he's like, he realizes the car's like over a certain mileage and he gets really annoyed and starts kicking it and starts freaking out and finally like opens up and stuff. And it's like it took the entire movie for him to basically say what he was feeling. Yeah, and I think anyone who's kind of like bottled that kind of stuff up when it's like about certain people in their lives, it can be so. It's a, you know, when it finally opens up and you let it all out.
Yeah, it was pretty good. Yeah, it wasn't. It's no Arthur Morgan confessing how anxious he is about dying to the nun in red. Oh, sorry, I forgot.
Fine. That's fine.
You know what happens?
I don't, but we can just skip over it.
Well, basically, yeah, he confesses something to someone, and it's just, honestly, Red Dead 2 has made me tear up so many times, man. And George is going to say, "You pussy, you pussy." But there he is, yeah, bloody wanker. All this mental health, and then, oh, cry, baby, my mental health, you know. But yeah,
James, just show him the scene where David Tennant regenerates. Strap him to a chair.
What surprisingly, that scene didn't really. I felt bad for him. It made my heart ache, but I didn't. The scenes that made me tear up were like with Will and the Doctor, like when he says, "Don't go, you great man." You know, that really did. That really made me think, bloody hell. You know, and
live too long.
Yeah, and when Wolf's at the funeral, he's like this.
The wedding.
To be fair, I was watching it at Georgie's, so I'm not going to tear up in front of the lads. Sorry, no disrespect to you all, but I don't want to tear up in front of the lads. But if I'd been on my own, yes, I probably would have teared up because that scene was absolutely beautiful. I think Wilf and the Doctor's dynamic is probably my favourite. I know Wilf doesn't go on any adventures or anything, but when they're having conversations and back and forth, and when he was like, "Oh, you made Donna so much more of a better person," and it just hits hard, you know, it really hits hard. I wish if Doctor Who was as consistent as Series 4 and 1 throughout, it would probably be in like my top 5 shows of all time, to be honest. It'd be up there.
It's the highs and the lows, isn't it? Like when it's really good, it's fantastic.
Yeah. But, well, I'm called, you know, on most platforms. I became pretty popular in Corner, right to the fact I became modding the server. Okay. Anyway, yeah, people are obviously going to be a bit more like Cameron. Let's be real. Even people are as confident as Bueller. Deep down, they have like, everyone has their shit. Trust me, I've talked to a lot of people and I know people. Everyone has their shit. It's just about who's open with their shit and who isn't open with their shit. Ferris Bueller's probably worried about shit deep down, but he's just not open with it and deals with it in a different way. That's completely fine. You know, you've just got to deal with shit in your way and how you see it be healthy. And you know, when he's like completely out of it and he pretends to drown himself, that was pretty deep as well. When obviously, I'm just laughing at what George is doing. Oh, I missed it.
What?
where you were doing something with your hand again.
Really?
I do what we what? Sorry. Did you mind showing us what I was doing then?
Then I ended up in command. That's a massive server pyramid. Yeah. No, okay.
I have seen him on Cal's streams. Actually,
Anyway, yeah, when he's completely out of it, you do feel bad for him with the car being high mileage. But that's something that's so minuscule because at the end of the day, his dad's so rich and pompous that he's buying a car he's not even going to bloody drive. He might as well have been thrown out the window. You know what I'm saying? Because if you're not driving a car, what's
a
the
lot of
point?
people do that already.
No, but it's stupid, isn't it? Like, what's the point? I know you've got a lot of cars, but at least they get driven. At least they're driven to shows and events. You know, most of the shows are obviously the annual scrapyard event.
That's the thing, and I think you can look at that, like the idea of like the car being preserved and never touched anything as like a symbol of Cameron's inability to basically live, because it never gets taken anywhere. It gets you know, that's his mindset. You can't take the car out, you can't get extra miles on it, you can't scratch it. You basically he can't do anything with his life because he's afraid he'll do something wrong.
Yeah, and he has no idea what he wants to do, but loads of people don't know what they want to do they?
I mean, he's like
you advertising at uni, Ben, and you know you're a social media man. You know, George.
Yeah, but with dreams of doing that other stuff, you know, it's crazy.
George works for.
I'll do YouTube for a living now.
George is getting the government coin, and we're on a.
George went from working. George went from being a hard-working man, spray painting trucks, grafting his arse off, to living off of Boris's money, Rishi's money. And
we kid George.
Yeah, James works for.
Don't. George, if you do that, you're banned from the podcast. even though George is the only fucking guest. George is one of the few people that comes on. I'll do this on my own if George reveals where I work.
It's okay, James. Lots of people work for Ann Summers. It's okay.
Yeah. Then I accidentally put a command in that fill 3,000 blocks of brown concrete and lagged the server to a point of blue screening. It wasn't an accident. You didn't have done that on purpose. Boris Johnson done. I mean, bloody hell. They should be laughing their arse off at that. If there's a bunch of poo everywhere, I'll be laughing at my arse off.
Did Cal have it on stream? Because I really want to watch that.
Yeah, that'll be hilarious.
But yeah, no, and then I think it's weird because you know the principal in Ferris Bueller, the redheaded one with the mustache, he obviously turned out to be a nonce IRL, and so I feel like that's one of the elements where I go back and watch it. Oh yeah.
Are you sure this isn't just your dream?
No, honestly, look it up.
Are you sure you're dreaming?
the guy who played the principal.
What's happening? I missed it. I was reading the comments.
I'm hearing about Ben's disturbing bloody fantasies.
It's no, the guy, literally, historically, the guy who played the principal in Ferris Bueller is a nonce in real life.
Oh, reading his history.
Hold on,
you can look it up. Yeah.
No, it says he's married to Loy Klaus. But obviously, yeah, you can still be married to some woman and still do evil things. Obviously. Oh, bloody hell!
Oh wow!
My goodness!
I saw it flash and then I heard it. God damn.
Personal life. He's virtually. Oh wait, hold on. Criminal offences. Oh dear. Oh god. Pleaded no contest. Accuser.
Yeah.
But he was arrested twice, and he's on the sex offender database. Yeah. I mean, that's disgusting. That's absolutely fucking horrible.
Yeah. So like when you go back and rewatch it, and him being like this kind of villainous person involved with kids, it's probably the only element that hasn't aged well. But well,
well, the thing is, just because I don't think to myself, oh, this person's a bad guy in the film, it adds no, they're bad. They're the antagonist and they're bad in real life. All this adds so much. I don't think of it. I know that's not what you're saying, but I don't think it ruins the film or makes it worse. It's just like he's playing a character and people act like he's like Matthew Broderick in real life. I watched him on a talk show and he basically there was hilarious things happening and he was just like this. he just had a straight face throughout the whole of it. And even if I didn't find what, I don't know, Jonathan Ross or Alan Carr was saying, I still probably smile a bit, even if I didn't find it funny. You know what I mean?
So
I think.
So Matthew, you've been in this film. Ferris Bueller.
Yes.
Yeah. Matthew, you've been in this fucking film, Ferris Bueller. What do you think? You in The Lion King playing Simba. You in The Lion King with Timon and Pumbaa.
What's that all about? What's that all about?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
we've got Discord power. We have a Discord server. Yeah.
No, I know what you mean, and it doesn't make the film worse. It's
No,
just,
I don't want anyone on. No, sorry. Look, I've had enough Callum's. Look, I'll let Zach come on. I'm not letting every Callum's Corner person come on. I'm sorry, Adam's Archive. You know.
Read it.
James has been trolled too many times with people from the corner.
No, yeah, I'm pretty much, apart from Zach and a few others, I don't really trust most of the corner after what that Ray Peddy person did. George Grimace.
I'll put it in the chat just for Ben.
Pink tears. To fair, I get it. Yeah, definitely. I mean, the thing is, bro, if people were, trolling and acting daft on your chat, of course, you'd be a little bit. Oh, yeah, that one, yeah.
That's why I'll put it in chat so you wouldn't bring it up.
I thought you were saying P. Diddy.
No, I said shout out to Ray, then PDDY. So I thought, I'm going to be nice and give this person a shout out, but obviously it was, yeah.
And then we had James and his keys before as well.
No, George, we're not bringing that up again. That was Zach. I'm surprised. I've been generous. Zach was the one who pranked me with the pack. Then, the making me say something offensive. I'm
scared.
Yeah, I fell for that, Ben.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send the screenshots anyway.
Right.
Not in the private chat, yeah, annoying. George was actually laughing his arse off, and Sean and Connor were just like, oh. Anyway, back to Bueller. I always found the Bueller funny. Anyone? Bueller. That's pretty iconic.
Anyone?
The bloke in it, even though, what you just said, he's a nonce in real life. In the film, the villain was entertaining. It was funny just seeing him fail over and over and over and over and over again in various different ways, and everything just getting fucked up. And it shows, man, that at the end of the day, this geezer should just let Ferris fuck up his education if he wants to, and just sit back and do his own thing, But obviously, he is just a pompous twat, so that's why he tries to fuck up Ferris's shit. So obviously that is why he's the antagonist. If he was an actual good guy who cared about Ferris's education, then it would have been more of a boring film, and obviously it would have been a bit sad seeing him get all the bad shit happen to him. But I mean, he had 9 days off. Me and George know someone who had bloody forever off. Our form still won the highest attendance of like the term, even though we knew someone who used to have he'd come in for a few days and have days off, then he'd have weeks off, then he'd come in for a few days or a lot of days he'd go home because of a medical issue, which was pretty sad.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So what was I don't know. Well, there ain't really a lot more to say about Ferris, really. I mean, it's a good cult classic. It's a lot of fun. Nothing outstanding, because I don't find any of the characters outstanding. I don't find the story outstanding. The pacing and the editing's really good, especially for a practical film. I like all the, the dancing sequence in the parade. That was cool. It's just a fun, easy watch. I'd give it like an 8.5 out of 10. It's one of those films where I can't find much wrong with it, but I can't find anything outstanding with it, if that makes sense. For me, in my opinion. I can see why subjectively a lot of people think it's their favourite film. It has got that sort of vibey bants and the easy watch factor to it. But I'll give it 8.5. What would you say?
Well, let's see. I'm on Letterboxd. I've given it. I've probably given it a 5 out of 5 because it's in my top 15.
Okay, cool.
I'd say 5 out of 5, just because that's not me thinking a movie is objectively perfect, but just that I think it fully accomplishes all that it sets out to do, and like I love it. So it's just
I'm guessing, George, you give it a 10 out of 10 then as well. Oh
No.
what? 11 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
11
No.
out of 10.
I give it a 9.
A 9. Really?
9.
Damn, I'm shocked.
Yes. A 9.
I thought you'd give it a perfect 10.
No.
I was going to say
Close.
I like the breaking the fourth wall stuff in it as well. That's pretty good, Bance. You know, when he's talking to the camera, it doesn't come off as cringy. It comes off as like it suits the moment. You know, and he's sort of explaining like how he feels about himself or a situation or his morals and his views on the world.
Yeah.
Well, on how he carries himself. But yeah, that's Ferris Bueller. Any closing thoughts before we move on to? Calm down.
Cam's Corner, the meme review has just been uploaded after being taken down yesterday.
Wait,
Okay.
I've got an extra thing, James. Have you shown my cosplay on the stream yet?
Yeah, I mean that cosplay. All it did was remind me of Neil's dad, Ben. No, I'm joking.
Was it a ghost costume, Ben?
No, it was all right. It was all right. It was all right. It wasn't too bad.
Hang on. Was the cosplay of a ghost at all?
Hold on, I need to. It's just been very hot, so I've had to. Yeah, but I'll put my camera back on in a moment. There we go.
Ben had a ghost cosplay that he wasn't allowed to show anyone.
What are you on about?
Are we gonna get it up, or should I?
The Family Guy group.
Yeah. So Ben's trying to look like I don't know some druggie from Taxi Driver.
No, that was. I didn't get the jacket. I got the vest. I didn't get the jacket because that was.
It's all right, but I wouldn't have guessed that that's Bueller.
Yeah, it is. You know, it's the.
Yeah, you would do.
It's when he takes off the jacket. Like the leather jacket was more expensive, but that's when he's in the parade scene. He's got that sort of tartan vest or whatever it is.
Yeah, I think if you watch the movie in there, no one liked it.
Yeah, exactly.
I can sort of remember it more with the leather jacket. To be honest,
yeah, that was like 80 quid more. I couldn't afford it.
Yeah. Well, to be honest, Callum's corn looks a lot like Cameron. To be fair, Tic Tac head.
I suppose, yeah. If he had like no hair, I think.
Yeah. Well, anyway, let's move on to educating Jimmy. This is the segment where George educates me on something, a random fact, and I either have learned something or I just think it's complete fucking bollocks. Usually it's the latter, but sometimes I am pleasantly surprised. So what's the fact today, George?
Being that this month is Pride Month, I thought I'd do a Pride fact.
Nice.
Did you know that Brighton... Do you want to play that game, Ben?
Dodging and laughing and dodging.
See, I love that. It captures my inner beauty.
So basically, this fact. Basically,
you bastard! I've done no fucking thing wrong, you silly pleb. That's fucking bad. Oh, disgraceful. Yeah, that one's a bit. It's the Ben Aaron one. Ben Aaron.
It's Ben on.
Anyway, go on then, George. What do you want to say?
So basically, because this month is Pride Month, I thought I'd do a Pride.
Change this thing. I can't do that. Seriously, change it.
No. I'll keep it on this now. So basically, because this month is Pride Month, I thought I'd do a Pride fact. So did you know that Brighton is the Pride capital of the UK?
Yeah.
And as well, that's where Liam comes from.
No, he didn't. What are you on about?
Wait, what?
Because Liam's a massive fan of Pride.
I don't get it.
What sort of fact is this? I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful to anyone, but
Well, what?
No. I went to Brighton in 2012, and I'm not stereotyping. I'm not generalising. Every place is different. Everywhere's got everything. It's just down to the individual and their soul. But the general consensus I got was there was a lot of blokes enjoying themselves and like feminine blokes around. It's fine, cool, whatever. Do what you want. So that it being the Pride capital doesn't that isn't a fact. I haven't learned anything. I already knew it, and a lot of people in the UK know that. I mean, Ben, you knew that, didn't you?
About Brighton, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. And this stuff about Liam being from there, what's that all about? Liam's not from there. He doesn't have a Brighton accent. He doesn't have. Well, yeah, he just. Oh yeah, legend. You know what would even make that Sal volcano picture even cooler? The Sal volcano where they make his head into a volcano. That is top tier meme.
I've not seen that one. No.
So George, what even was that? You ruined it. You ruined everything. You absolute.
Oh dear.
Oh dear. He is a half-wit with a stutter at times, honestly. I just don't understand what's happening. I just don't understand what he's playing at.
You can't say. Okay.
That's your fault, not mine. Because I came out when I was out.
George, it's your fault. You put that picture on there. It had nothing to do with Brighton. It had nothing to do. No. It had nothing to do with Brighton. It had nothing to do with the skit. This isn't teaching me anything. I mean, this is just getting ridiculous, George.
Well, you just do it again. Just give me another screenshot of it.
Well, yeah, then you're just digging yourself a deeper hole.
Do you want to hear another fact?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Hold on. Yeah. Hopefully I can learn something, yeah.
Come on.
This fact is a very good fact.
Go on, then.
Did you know that PlayStation 5 is having a new version of it that is rivaling the Switch?
Oh, interesting.
Called PSQ.
The thing is, I'm actually learning something now. That's the thing. PSQ console.
Yes,
all it's coming up with PlayStation 1.
PSQ.
Yeah, I looked up PSQ, Papa Sierra Quebec, and then console.
We'll start calling the console. Just put in PSQ.
Yeah, Papa Sierra Quebec.
All it comes up with is QQQQ EFT shares. That's it. Pro shares short QQQ EFT.
Put in PlayStation Project Q. Then.
Do you mean the controller that comes apart and you put a little phone in it, or something?
No, it's not a phone. It's actual like screen, like the Switch screen.
Nothing's coming up. Could you get it up? Or would it be better if I looked it up on YouTube?
Search Project Q, and it's the first video.
Yeah.
Nope. Don't actually.
Oh, now I think this would be a really good one to react to be honest. So not only am I learning something, I mean, yeah, this is far better than the previous fact, which
unfortunately, you can only play it inside your house or on Wi-Fi.
What?
Yeah,
well, let's watch it anyway. I'll give my take on that in a moment, but let's give it a watch anyway.
Before we get into our final game, I have a few announcements to share. With PlayStation, innovation is our passion. And that applies to not just what games you play, but how you play them. Later this year, we will launch a dedicated device that enables you to stream any game from your PS5
console
play over Wi-Fi. Internally known as Project Q, it has an 8-inch HD screen and all of the buttons and features of the DualSense wireless controller. We look forward to sharing more information in the near future.
So will you be able to play every PS5
I'm also
game on
pleased
it,
to reveal our 10 years.
Anything you can play on PS5, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, won't it just explode after you download one game? Why don't you just completely...
No. So basically, I've got a similar thing on my Steam Deck at the moment where it's got a built-in thing that basically lets me stream from my PC. I used it for quite a bit, to be fair, to play.
And it runs fine.
Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, I mean, it's obviously it's dependent more on it's all about network because it's just a streaming thing. It's like how like Stadia. I think the idea is that if you run it off your home network, it's a bit more reliable. And honestly, if it's as good as like what it was on Steam Deck, then I'd say it is probably worth the money. It's just how much people are going to actually use it. Depends.
I mean, the thing is, what really... I'm not trying to be rude or disrespectful. I understand like games that you want to emulate and have, in front of you on your Steam Deck. But the thing is, with PlayStation 5, what's the point of having a little portable console, which isn't even really that portable because you can only have it in your house, that's linked up to your PS5? You might as well just play PS5 games. So it's interesting because there are many consoles that will like little things that will run a PS5 game, but
but the thing is, I suppose it's literally for me. It's literally just like I've only got my PC in my room. If I want to go into like one different room, which I know isn't very like
it's highly unlikely.
It wasn't enough.
It doesn't even have an OLED screen.
But
there you go.
Well. But that wasn't why I bought the Steam Deck, obviously, because that would be too crazy money to just like play PC games in a different room. But it's useful because that means that there's even more functionality. I've not touched my Steam Deck in a while, but then I've not gained much besides Overwatch in the last 3 months. So.
I mean, it's a nice idea and even though Nintendo, it's pretty much Nintendo versus Sony at the moment. Microsoft, when it comes to Xbox, aren't doing anything. It's
Xbox
a nice...
had their basically their E3 event a few hours ago.
Mm.
And there's some people that were getting really excited. And I left near the end because all the games looked as boring as anything.
See, they're just not. Even though I haven't watched it, I'll take your word. Like
Fable was. I liked they opened with Richard Ayoade and
Fable's the only good one I saw. Yeah.
Star Wars was a bit. Like they just showed off a cinematic, but I don't think anyone really cares about it. They want to know gameplay just because we've been burnt a lot in the past few years. With
I think you're better off going just with PS5 Survivor anyway.
Well, yeah, I mean, I never really bothered picking that one up just because the fucking hard drive space it would require. But
yeah, I mean, I was going to say that at the end of the day, it's cool to have more competition, but it's like it's a pointless thing. It just really is pointless. If they wanted to, I don't know, if they wanted to rival Switch a bit more, make the online for free. I guess I know that's a really simple thing, but make the online for free. That'd be a cool thing to get your numbers up compared to Nintendo, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, Game Pass is the big one, and to be fair, like I'm on
about PlayStation now, but yeah, Game Pass is a big one for Xbox. You can actually get the Game Pass app on your telly downstairs. And you can actually play it with an Xbox controller without a console, which I had no idea about that. But
similar, same tech, really. It's just that thing of like streaming between.
There's no games on Xbox to play.
Well, there's not that many PS5 exclusives until they launch Spider-Man, is there? Really? There's a few.
Ratchet and Clank,
yeah, which is now coming to
Spider-Man,
PC, apparently. Like,
no, I'm glad about that. No. When we talk, I think when you refer to exclusives now, it should always be console exclusives because not everyone's going to get paid £800 on a PC, are they? Or £1,000.
The reason why the Ratchet & Clank one, I'm not annoyed by it. I think it's good. I never think it's a bad game unless it's bought. I think that, like when people complain about Spider-Man getting ported to PC, I was like, what? Wait, how does this negatively affect you? Like, anyway. I just thought it was weird because like, given that was probably one of the big exclusives to the PS5, one of the I can count on fucking one hand probably how many like big ones I can think of. It's just kind of weird that would be the one. Like I thought they'd like the rebooted one on PS4. I thought they'd put that on PC first, but I don't know.
Well, the thing is with Ratchet and Clank, I feel like if they were putting it on Xbox, that is a bit of an issue for them because they're losing in the console wars. I think console wars and PC gaming are totally different. And at the moment, as I say, Sony there in the console wars versus Nintendo. Xbox is just not there. You know what I'm saying? And even though I mentioned about the free online, yes, if I was in charge of Xbox or PlayStation, that's what I'd do because it would give them more of a fighting chance against Nintendo. And competition is healthy. You want console wars. You don't want one thing to be on top, because otherwise you end up with like WWE, where they're at the top of the wrestling game and it's been stagnant for years.
Yeah, but I mean, I suppose ultimately, Switch seems to be in a different kind of category to PS5.
No.
Which is dominated, basically.
Where like, I don't know, it's just you've got the side of people who will buy Nintendo no matter what. They're just the
whales.
Just pretty much like you know, like the dedicated fans, because they'll show up for the IP even if the console sucks, like the Wii U. Well, actually, no, they didn't for the Wii U.
I mean, the thing is, if George, you even admitted if Nintendo put a lump of shit in the street and put their logo on it, you'd buy it, as long as it wasn't too pricey.
Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah, so I don't know, but I'm trying to think of what my original thing.
But no,
was.
I'd say no. I'd say they are in the console wars, because like they've got proper big consoles and they've got little consoles. You know, I know they're more portable. They do like the DS and all that jazz and the Switch and everything. But I'd still count them in the console wars. I think if it's a gaming console, it should be included, in my opinion.
Nintendo's dominating the console wars, really.
Because the thing is, if you look online, best-selling consoles, all the Nintendo products are on there, but you don't see PC 50 billion. Sorry, 100 of, you know. PC's in a different category, but I think like Nintendo, Sony, Microsoft, and all those people, yeah, they're in the same league. Because it's not fair to compare PC to Xbox, because you can say, oh, I bought a PC in 2012, and you know I can still I can run games. And Ben, it's really loud on your end, bro.
Go on.
But yeah, I was gonna say, you can say, oh well, I've got a PC from 2010, and I can still run games from years ago, and I can run games that came out yesterday. And it's like, yeah, but first off, over the years, you probably have to put new things in the PC, so it's not the same PC. And second off, that's the nature of it, isn't it? You are going to be able to. It has cut all generations of games. It's not just one console. You know, it's not just a few consoles worth of games. It's all games. Otherwise, people wouldn't spend the extra money on a gaming PC, would they, or a gaming laptop? So it's not fair to compare PC to the console wars, because it's not a fair match.
True. Yeah, I don't know. I don't really have a good rebuttal to that, so I'll just say, yeah, fair enough.
All I was talking to one of my cousins about the new Spider-Man game, and he was saying that he'd rather.
George, shut up! I'm going to. Yeah.
No, the good one.
Oh, the cool one. Nice.
So basically, he was saying he'd rather wait another year to get Spider-Man 2 on his computer than like a PlayStation 5, basically. Where I don't get that. Why would you want to wait another year for a game that's already out?
I'd love for it to get ported to PC. Probably the next, if it releases November, then probably like before November 2025. I don't know. There's no guarantee it'll be that soon. Might be like 3-4 years.
So what's he saying then, that he wants to wait to get a PS5, or wait for it to come on PC to not get a PS5?
He wants to wait for Spider-Man another year just to get it on his computer.
I mean, let's look at PS5 prices. I bet it's still hefty. 389, 479, 479, 389, 479, 479, 389. Well, yeah, 480. Basically, it says the average price for a new PS5 is 479 quid. If there was a load of stuff on,
and PC parts can cost like over 1,000 as well.
Yeah, no, but I was going to say, if his PC's running fine and going strong, I sort of don't blame him if Spider-Man's the only thing that appeals to him. But if a load of different PS5 games appeal to him, or if he just wants something that he can play games on, have Netflix on, have Disney Plus on, have Amazon on, you know, then.
But it's that year wait, I'm saying.
No, I don't blame him if he wants to save like 500 quid. Well, 480 quid. You might as well. If that's the only reason you get a console, you might as well save
Wait,
yourself 500
no, but he wants to play it on his computer, but has to wait another year for it to come out on PC so we can play the game.
Yeah, but aren't you saying he should get a PS5?
No, I'm saying, why would you want to wait that extra year?
Oh, is it already out on PC then?
No,
it
will come out in October.
Okay.
Then it will be another year until you can play it on the computer. So PlayStation will be October 2023.
Yeah.
And then it will be somewhere near the end of 2024.
He's waiting quite a while. You might as well still save. And he doesn't have a PS5.
No.
But
computers cost more, don't they?
But he already has a PC.
£1,000
I just realized I've been muted. That's why.
No, it's just because of the background noise.
Yeah. Basically, it might not even be a year after. It might be like 3 or 4. You know, based on the first game, they might do they might put it a bit sooner, but there's no
4 years
guarantee. Well, I don't know because Spider-Man, the first one came out 2018, got ported to PC in 2022, so that's 4 years. Granted, they've only really started doing more of the PlayStation ports recently, so it might be sooner. So realistically, it will be between 1 and 4 years.
I mean, if they say, "Oh, we're not bringing it out; it's indefinite. We don't know what we're going to do," after a year, then I'd say get the PS5 because then
they'll probably
if it's only a year, you might as well save yourself the 500 quid. But go on, Ben.
I don't know how they do it. They probably have like a bunch of like analytics going on at any one point where they can see like who's just bought a PS5 and what the game they're playing the most is. So I'm guessing they would know exactly who's bought a PS5 to play Spider-Man 2. And as soon as that starts to dwindle a bit of like, okay, it's not now people are buying it to play Ratchet and Clank, whatever, I don't know, whatever else people buy it for. They're like, okay, we'll start doing a port now or something.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't
know. Fair point. Anything else you want to say before we move on to George's junk?
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. George has got the an interesting Spider-Man box in anticipation of getting a PS5 for Christmas. Yeah, pretty cool.
Yeah. Promo box.
Which cinema did you steal that from?
I should have my big PS5 poster here tomorrow.
Nice.
That was legendary. I know I've told the story before, but it was legendary when I went to the toilet and I thought, "Oh, George, you're going to scare me or something stupid." Then I walk off, and then George comes out with a big, massive poster saying, "Hold these, hold these, hold these." I'm like, "George, I'm not helping you with your felony, you delinquent." He's like, "No." He got away with it, and it's legendary.
Just like waiting outside the back door of game with like a little bucket. Put it in.
No, the cinema.
Oh no, I'm saying for the Spider-Man game.
Oh yeah, for the PS5. Put the pool station in the bag. Put it in. So there's no need. All you need to do is make that noise, and we'll give it you. Oh, thank you. But can we move on to George's junk then?
Yeah.
Brilliant. So this is the segment where George sends me pictures of cars, and we all say if we drive them or not. So let's get them up then.
Top from bottom.
Oh, so we can't say yes or no to the bottom one, the best looking car. It is a really good looking car.
No, we're down. We're just going through top from bottom.
Oh, yeah. Okay, cool. All right, let's get it up then. So, here we go.
Oh, God.
Then jump a little bit further.
No, I'm not going up any further than this, George. I know what's up there. Anyway. What's the big deal with this? What's the asterisk with this car?
It's a Russian car. For the Lada.
Okay, so
and they never worked.
Oh. So the wheel...
So basically it's your Ford.
What? No. Ridiculous.
Basically so your Ford could never work.
No, my car works fine, George. Absolute fool. It works completely fine.
When I saw it, there's bits falling all off it. What?
No, there wasn't.
I fixed for you.
Baseless claim. So, anyway, how can I drive from where I live to Birmingham then? How can I drive do that distance if the car's shit, George?
Well, you take the bus, don't you?
No, it took me about 50 million years to get the bus there. Oh. Anyway, the wheel's here, so I'm not going to buy it because I'm not having a wheel on the right side of the car when we drive on the left side. Sorry, the left side of the car when we drive on the left side. It wouldn't make any sense. As well, it looks shit, and if George is saying it doesn't work, then I'm not going to have it. So
it's Russian.
And
now I don't need to explain myself with this one.
Yeah, I mean, it looks like something that the DWP gave you just as your free car.
Get around in this, okay?
It reminds me of the place James works at.
What are you on? That makes no sense.
No, George,
that makes absolutely no sense, George. We're not going to take the discussion any further. It makes no sense.
It makes sense.
It'll ban you.
George, it's a 3-month ban from the podcast. Maybe even longer.
So me saying 3-month break.
3-month break? You love doing the podcast? Oh, no. This is the only thing George does. This is the only routine, discipline thing George does. The rest of the day is just go to Birmingham, get collectibles, go to this place, buy collectibles, wank off. Car show, pub, wank off. Fix the car, wank off. Pub, podcast. That's all he's doing. Visit family, wank off. So George,
can we make that a highlight? Because that was
family in that.
Huh?
Can we make that a highlight? Because that was quite a nice rendition of George's.
Sorry, go on, George. I've run out of TikToks for bloody hell. No, I said to visit family. It's nothing bad about that, George.
Yeah. So we've put in James's car as a car with scratch.
That's not my car. What are you on about?
It's close enough to it. It's just the wrong colour.
I'd drive it.
Yeah, same here. Gets you from A to B.
Yeah.
I wouldn't, because you can barely get one person in it.
Well, it's just a good laugh to
drive. If Aaron tries to fit inside it, you need 2 of them.
Did I ever? I think
side by side.
Did I ever send that video into the chat of when they try to drift with a smart car and it like flops onto one side and and everyone's fucking cheering like
mentalists. And this, yeah, I mean, of course, I drive a really nice looking MG. I know they've got their problems and stuff, but yeah, it looks amazing. I drive that.
This one's electric, so it should be okay.
I'd drive it for like 3 or 4 minutes until I had to stop and break down.
I've crashed 2 quad bikes, so.
Yeah. Like quad bikes.
So this is electric.
Yeah, I mean, I drive this, yeah, and obviously Ben will drive it 30 seconds before it blows up, so. Well, hey Ben, I like the photo you sent, the that classic one.
Yeah, I'll be using that for a meme.
Definitely. I'm trying to find the. No, bloody hell, I'm trying to find the next segment. It's just the heat.
It's addiction.
Oh, George's addiction. I swear there was one that I do though. Oh yeah, job slobs as well. I don't know. If that's should we do job slobs next? I didn't even prepare one, so I'm going to have to.
Yeah, go ahead.
Would you rather be a care worker, or I think I might use care worker before, but I should have pre-planned this, or like America's Next Top Model type person, so you have or like a bikini swimsuit model. That's a difficult one because I just want to go.
I think I'll be a care worker. I wouldn't want to be American. God, that would be awful.
Anyway, I mean,
but if I was Mexican, I could just sleep the entire time. Oh, I'm Mexican.
What?
But if I'm American, God.
I thought you did sleep all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
Not much for change.
Yeah.
Well, if you specifically if George was specifically any nationality, he would either be sleeping all the time, or they'd say no dime for you, back to work, like in Japan or China or Russia or America, or even Canada to a degree. They wouldn't put up with him being on the.
Can you imagine Georgia and Japan though?
top.
They're really strict like policies on just like behavior in public.
Yeah, they are a bit strict on that. But I can't imagine George being a buffoon in Japan like Logan Paul was.
No.
Mm.
No, I wouldn't go to that forest, James. The legendary forest.
Oh wait, so they're advertising. I just realised they're advertising Star Wars as the first open world Star Wars game. Interesting.
Anyway, can I just say that? Well, what Star Wars game? Sorry.
You know that one they showed the cinematic of. I think that's the one that's like the first open world. So I guess instead
I didn't see that. I didn't see that. Anyway, the duties of a carer: you have to deal with some crazy clients occasionally, mad neighbours, cleaning up poo, cleaning up shit, doing meals. Well, putting meals.
I'll have that one, James.
You'd rather do that than be a swimsuit model.
I don't want to be American.
No, I said like the American Next Top Model ladies have to do like walking round.
I still like it. Okay,
I didn't say you were an American.
Swimsuits.
No, I'm not saying you'd have to become an American.
I'm not American. I'll do the swimsuits.
I'd have to wipe up shit rather than be American. I just think that's the nice one down.
Yeah.
It's very George thing.
Oh
to
God. Well, Ben, you should be cheering on.
Yes,
amazing, bellissima, George. I'll kiss your feet now.
Maybe not that. Oh,
that's what you'd be doing, Ben. but then, if George slagged off another country, you'd be like, "You can't do that! How dare you!"
No, name a country. I mean, I just
in the name of the agenda.
Name a country.
Name a country that I can make fun of. There's Nigeria.
Let's turn it into the xenophobic stunt we've always wanted.
I can make fun of Nigeria or Africa.
No, okay, maybe not. Maybe
or
not.
Jamaica.
Start somewhere a bit more Western, maybe. Or yeah.
Mm. Well, Birmingham's got a lot of
George.
Okay, that was a terrible.
I don't know about none of these. No. I mean, what George said at Christmas was absolutely mental when he said about, cleaning up the world, and instead of like actually physically cleaning up the world, he meant something very evil and horrible. But yet he's not going to get any consequence because I don't mean to make a million dime jokes, but it's funny by the time anyone's in trouble are all of us. We're the only ones who are getting a smidge of trouble. Mainly bloody me. God.
Oh, jeez, yeah.
Oh, God. Well, the thing is, there are obviously, you get annoyed if you made fun of certain countries.
I just thought you'd say Canada. I don't know why I thought.
Oh yeah. Oh, it's Canada on strike. I'm important. But obviously you can get away with doing that, and it's all good. But obviously,
cool.
Well, as George said, if you make fun of like Nigeria or Jamaica, well then your podcast is going to get in trouble. So,
of course.
But obviously, I don't want to risk getting in trouble for anything. But obviously, going abort isn't very funny. Like obviously, if I was going to make fun of Canada or America, it'd be more satirical and witty than going.
You'd write some stuff down, sure.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Exactly, man. But yeah. Well, you're acting like it was an accident. It wasn't an accident.
Time I do it, you
absolute.
Can't trust him. Just can't trust him.
Absolute moron. He can't help himself. He cannot help himself, can he? You cannot help yourself.
That was on you. That was all on you.
What do you mean it was on me? This is getting ridiculous now. He's absolutely off his
I've just seen where he's putting chat. Jesus Christ. Oh no.
What, in the private chat or in the
It's oh boy. I shouldn't be laughing at it because it's not good to egg it on. But,
I didn't find it funny. That's why I put mine as 7 out of 10.
No, it's
But you're laughing, Ben, because at heart you're a cheeky edgelord, too much of an edgelord.
I think, yeah, well, not...
Well, there's a difference. There's a difference between being an edgelord and being, because I'm a bit of an edgelord, but there's a difference between being an edgelord and bloody George's humour.
I think sometimes when you're shocked by something, it can naturally kind of prompt that laugh response because that's the way you kind of handle things. I guess I don't know.
Yeah, true. But yeah, anyway, would you be a cleaner? No, not a cleaner. Would you be a care worker or a swimsuit model?
Probably the latter. Because
yeah, swimsuit model for me as well, because carers have it really rough, man. It's horrible.
Yeah, I'm not that selfless. I wish I was, but I'm just not that good at... I wanted to volunteer with old people, and I signed up for it, and they said they've got too many people as is. So I thought, okay.
It depends, because the thing is, I had a great aunt who was in a... she had like an injury, but it was like a care home. She had to go in a care home. It was like a mixture of rehab and like people who didn't have anyone to look after them, and then people who like had dementia. They were all mixed together, which isn't right, really. Everyone should be separate. You know what I'm saying? Like there should be an institution for people with injuries, institution with dementia, and care. I know you can argue, oh well, what if people choose to work at the injury one and the regular old people? But it's like, you know, at least if you've got a dementia one, you can pay them more. And
job's a job nowadays. I feel, and there's a lot of. I feel like there'd still be a lot of.
I think that'd be a nice way. I think that'd be a more fair way of doing things for the old people and the care workers, and the care home workers.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, obviously with care workers, it's just who actually drive to people's houses. It's just down to the discretion of your client, isn't it? Who's paid for you?
And I feel like being a swimsuit model, you could always ride the wave of like, you know how you get some like bigger, curvier women modeling nowadays, and everyone kind of applauds it because it's like, oh yeah, you know, but which I agree with. Like body positivity, sure, everyone looks different. There's not really that doesn't really exist for men at the moment. I want to say, like, I'm not really seeing many like chubby men kind of. So I feel like I just ride that wave of being like, well. You know,
I mean, I've got quite thick legs for a lanky person. Should I get them on stream?
No.
Right? No.
But just I don't know. I feel like I might be able to. I'd play on. I'd play on Liberal Guild.
The thing is, I'll come back at you with a bit of conservative objectivity, or just James objectivity, because it's nothing to do with politicalness. It's just I'm just an objective person in general with any of my views. Thing is, obviously, you know, it's no secret on the podcast. I think women are attractive, all shapes and sizes. You know, I think Lizzo's really attractive, and I also think you know, Rihanna is as well. But obviously, I get where you come. But the thing is, with women, with blokes, I feel like if you're a model, you have to have a bit of muscle. You can't, to look good to like women who are like reading it. You can't be like a physically regular man. So. Because it's about like blokes. There's a lot of blokes who like fat women, and there probably are some women who like fat men, but there's less of them around.
Dad bods are increasingly popular nowadays.
No, but with dad bods, it's not. I think a modelling company would just sort of laugh if a bloke took his top off and it was a dad bod, unless it was like, you know, muscly arms, and then, you know, if it was like muscly arms and a dad bod below, then it might look cool to some women and people reading it. I guess other people reading it.
Yeah. I don't know. I think probably a bit of a double standard, but I think give it time, you know.
I think, but yeah, I think, to be honest, there's bound to be some ladies out there who do like fat men, so I think some modelling companies should do, but again, it's down to like what the discretion of what the modelling company wants to do. If someone feels so strong that there ain't enough skinny men or non-muscly men or fat men represented in their modelling, then they should create a company themselves. I'm not saying you, by the way, but I mean people in general. They should make a company that says, we're getting people to model, and you know, we're getting people to model, and anyone can hop on, you know, show yourself off. But obviously, you know, you're going to get a lot more respect for taking a picture of a fat woman, a fat curvy woman. Well, you know, if you take a picture of Lizzo, there's going to be a fairly big audience. Well, if you take a picture of some random fat bloke, there aren't really many fat men celebrities, are there, as well? So that's another thing as well. If you take a picture of Lizzo, then you know, people are going to applaud that. But like some random fat bloke off the street, no one knows him, do they? So
Mm.
Um,
But yeah.
Anyway, yeah, I'd be the swimsuit model any day of the week. But yeah, everyone should just be, in the interest of fairness, everyone should be treated equally. If some fat bloke is a model, then everyone shouldn't be like mocking him, should they? So. Do you want to move on to George's addiction then?
I was saying, if women had James' mentality, I'd be getting laid at every single week.
I don't know. They might come in and just see like a room, like the wall full of like stolen posters, and just.
They'd be like, yippee!
No, that's me.
Anyway, what have you got?
But Lizzo just got Jabba the Horse.
Stop.
No, but
just a different
beauty's
colour.
in the eye of the beholder. Just because I think Lizzo's good looking, I'm not saying everyone else has to think.
Let me have a look.
That
I've had a proper look at it.
What are you? Shouldn't we criticise what people?
I think, yeah, maybe.
See, George, you've been debunked again.
Well, not my type, but
it didn't stop her being fat and going sideways, going through a door. I saying that sideways wouldn't fit either.
Oh, jeez.
No, but I mean, the thing is, obviously, body positivity is good, but obviously, I think
positivity is bad. Because it makes people put on more weight, and what does that mean? Heart disease, death.
I mean,
that's a very black and white way to look at it.
That is hilarious from George, because the thing is, I was about to say, people should sort of lose weight and try and be healthy and not be, fat and undisciplined. They should do that, but they should also be proud in their own skin. That's my view on it. And what's so hilarious coming from George, he's the man on the diet of one of the worst diets I've ever seen, and he's going on about heart disease. I'd rather be like some fat chubby bloke who eats fairly well than some slightly chubby bloke who eats Aldi chips, pizzas and burgers every night and doner kebab fart chips and burgers and doner meat.
And pizzas. You forgot about pizza.
Yeah, but George, you're the last person who should be telling. Also, you said yesterday at the pub that you're fat.
I'm happy with my body.
Yeah, and so is Lizzo.
And you say all body for George, you said body for. I fucking shouldn't.
Well, that's subjective to you.
I think it's not like a fine line, isn't it? It's a big scale between like anorexic and obese. It's people.
Really, people should be like what James is, not fat, not completely skinny, just normal size.
I think to be honest, I'm not trying to suck up to myself, but I think I am just the standard bloke.
Like you make fun of Aaron about his fat.
Yeah, but it's just a joke, and he's trying to lose weight.
But that will make him lose weight.
No, but if you make fun of someone, if you really have a go at someone, though, they can go the opposite way, can't they? You know what I'm saying? No. If I wasn't joking with Aaron, if I kept saying you fat lazy bastard, you need to lose weight, you fat fucker. If I said that to him, it would go the opposite way.
No.
What? No, that's not funny. That's horrible.
I forget this all spiraled out of the whole job slot, didn't it?
No. But the thing is, right? I just if someone you don't bully someone into anorexia, that's horrible. It can go the opposite way, can't it? So. But yeah, I'd like to say, right, I'm the standard broad bloke. I'm just a standard bloke who's got a bit of muscle, a bit of strength. And George is right. You should try, to just try and be a bit toned and decent. Yeah, just eat healthy and have a decent physique, I guess. You know what I'm saying? But that's what you should aspire to do as a general person. But obviously, some people, they love to be as big as John Cena. Some people love to be super athletes. Some people love to do nothing. Some people just love to go on the walking machine at the gym. You do you at the end of the day. That's the way I see it. But yeah, Ben, get in the gym, you lazy bastard. You need to get nearly as muscly as me. Come on.
I don't really mind about muscle. I mean, I'd like to have a bit more kind of arm and core strength, but it's more about like I want to go to the gym to get a good routine and mental, like a mental state and stuff like that. I've heard it's good for that.
Yeah, bro, that's
So-
all that matters. I mean, the thing is, before like my chronic back issues and all that jazz, I used to be able to lift a shit ton, but the most important thing is like just your mental health and the endorphins. I can still lift medium and stuff, but like the most important thing is like endorphins. Sometimes I lift a bit heavy when if my back's on a good day. I think I might as well just go for it.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's all about the endorphins at the end of the day, and never ego lift. Don't do that because you can hurt yourself. So.
no, yeah.
But yeah, all about the endorphins. George, you should get in the gym as well for the endorphins as well, mate.
Yeah.
I thought you were going gym at one point because I remember you talked about like guest passes and stuff.
I wasn't thinking of it, but I got talked out of it.
Who talked you out of it? How can you get talked out of
Family.
doing something?
The government.
Oh, yeah. We've already wasted 20 million. We don't want you having 50 billion bloody David Lloyd and Pure gym memberships. What are you doing? No, why would your family talk you
I've just been doing.
No, why would your family talk you out of doing something good for yourself? Really? No, I'm kicking him again. Time out.
Buy a new motor for the MG.
Georgie, I fucking had enough. You're not going to the gym, you bastard. You're getting us 3 new MGs. Oh, wow. He's fuming. Oh, fucking hell.
Podcast special, who can lose weight the fastest? I mean,
Well, no. I've actually had quite a stressful bad week, to be fair, on a serious note, and I've lost like 8 pounds just from the stress.
oh, geez, yeah.
You bastard, George. I haven't told you about what's going on, but it has actually been a bit... Wow. If you actually knew the situation, you wouldn't be laughing, George. That's quite disgusting. That's quite disgusting.
I wasn't listening to anything.
Okay.
Actually,
yeah.
so I didn't hear what he even said.
I just said I lost 8 pounds.
I just saw you go like that.
Oh.
So I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, I think I did that when I was like depressed for a bit. Like it never happened before, where I noticed a weight loss because I've never really changed my diet or exercise, and I've just kind of stayed at like my, which is fine for me. But like when I was depressed, I had like no appetite, and I literally noticed, and I was like, oh shit, like I thought it was only until after I'd gone out.
No, but what's mad, bro? It ain't even appetite, man. Like, I'm eating a shit ton. I had 2 Mackies, a big fish and chips meal. I've eaten loads. I don't know what my weight is today, but like within a week, because of all the stress and shit, even though I was eating loads, it still went down. So, yeah, I guess if I didn't have an appetite, then damn, I'd be like, really struggling. But it is what it is,
I don't think it helps as well.
Maybe the heat.
When you eat and you're depressed, but the eating makes depressed that circle. Because I know there's people that go that
at the moment. At this moment, I haven't been like next level down for a while. It's just like I'm not repressing shit, but I'm trying to be like Arthur Morgan and John Marston and just think, dealt duff hands. I just need to soldier on the best I can. I have moments where I'm like, for fuck's sake, this is an inconvenience, and I'm pissed off. But like, for me, that's the way I deal with it now. I'd rather deal with it like that than be how I was before. I feel like it's more of a for me personally. Everyone else deal with it the way you want to. Deal with what you dealt the way you want to. But for me, what I'm dealing with at the moment, I'd rather deal with it like John Marston and Arthur Morgan. But then again,
by killing people.
No, I'm on about their mental attitude. My life hasn't been anywhere near as bad as theirs, but like,
bang, you're making me upset. Bang.
Works in the old days. I think it makes.
Like how Obi-Wan Kenobi in the first Star Wars in A New Hope. He's had years of PTSD and bad stuff.
Sorry.
He sort of just is like, your father was a good pilot and a good friend before the dark.
Gunning warrior, a good pilot.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but like he's obviously probably feeling down about it, but he's just got the mentality like I just deal with it the way I deal with it. And we see in the Kenobi show that he actually was really down about it, wasn't he? Because that scene actually really hit me hard when he's like, Anakin, I'm sorry. And even Vader's like, bro, stop fucking blaming yourself. It was me who did all this to myself, and I'm going to kill you.
Yeah. It's just...
But to be fair, I like those final 2 episodes of Kenobi because for a lot of the year I felt like, damn, I'm so beaten and defeated. And it was Obi-Wan Kenobi being beaten and defeated and then going back to his old self. So it was. I really liked it. The final 2 episodes. But yeah, this all stemmed from weight. My point is like me having stress,
which went back to swimsuit model, which went back to jobs clubs.
With me having a lot of weight. Well, basically, I'm not at a bad weight though. Like I went from being like from 70 kg in like July of 2022 all the way up to like 80 kg, which is pretty good. So that's like an extra 20 pounds within nearly like within less than a year, because it was around like, well, I think last week I was like 80 kg. So, you know, that's obviously a good thing there. That'll put the weight on. But yeah, my point is stress can just take shit off you, you know. But yeah, I guess we can move on to George's addiction, unless you have anything else to say about the topics.
No.
I've got nothing to say.
Let's move on to the addiction then. Ben, have you ever done George's addiction before, or have you not been here for it?
Maybe.
I think you might have been here for the Christmas one, actually. Yeah, because we've been doing it for a bit of time.
I think he was here for Christmas.
It's when George gets collectibles up, and we both have to guess the price, and whoever gets to the
oh yeah, we have
usually best out of 3.
My special book.
Oh no.
And that's not a picture of certain types of people. If you say, before people say, being a special book.
The anime. Oh, wait, sorry. Oh, George. Oh, no.
I can make the jokes. But go with that one.
Someone just gets up the clip where I'm like, I don't know the politically correct term, George, but you are ridiculous. I'm not going to say it.
Special book. So, basically, I found some cards for the first Bueller movie of the animated kind.
Yeah.
And so I went and brought them. There is 8 of them, and it makes a big picture on the back side. And I will show you each one, and then you will figure out how much I paid for them.
Go on, then.
Okay. So.
Good shit.
Okay.
Do the math.
So we're guessing the cards individually or the total?
The total of the cards.
Wait, show that first one again, because I've accidentally. Oh, cool.
What's that?
Spider-Man. Spider-Man, but mouse.
Oh, yeah. Good old Gwen.
Win.
Would smash.
Best character.
Yep, agree.
Kingpin.
Yeah.
Nice. Big lad.
Hench geezer.
What's that?
Prowler.
Right.
The Goblin of the green kind.
Nice. Yeah.
Frankenstein.
What?
Or Tombstone.
I think this is more than 8.
The Scorpion.
Who?
Scorpion.
The Scorpion. I forgot he was even in the
Scorpion.
movie. Gwen again.
Normal Gwen.
But still smash.
Definitely smash. Oh, hang on. No, Ben, we can't.
Why not?
She's underage.
Oh, no. Oh!
She's not fucking real. She's a drawing. So.
Oh, Ben's got your attitude, George. I thought they were all like...
No, but every time I put a picture in chat, Jane goes all the underage.
No, I didn't know. I didn't know that about Gwen. Sorry about that. Yeah, no, take it back.
She's pixels on
And
the screen.
Yeah, but the character
is still underage. Smash.
Oh, George.
Well, now I can't. No, it's soil.
Age doesn't matter on this podcast.
Well, yeah, because you're mentally one. So.
Yeah, and James is old enough to be in a home.
Come on. What's
No, I meant an old person, not someone with problems, George. Come on, son.
So, how much for them? Bear in mind they were an Odeon exclusive as well.
Oh god, it's in the triple digits, I reckon.
Nah. 25 quid, I'm guessing.
60.
Oh, one of you were only a few pound off.
Who was it? Drum roll, drum roll. Dun dun dun
The
dun.
answer is
Dun, 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 dun.
£22. So James is the winner.
Okay.
There we go. That's the way to do it.
I'm not good at the collectible stuff. I'm a rookie.
You play the guitar
Winner.
on the TV. Now that ain't working. That's the
So
way.
ultimately, though, in about 10 years, what's that going to be like 27 quid or something?
Well, no, they'll have all
Probably,
sorts of.
but I like him for the artwork.
Yeah,
Okay.
exactly. 'cause
They
I
have
was
got
gonna say,
some ones for the
in 10 years, they'll be ripped up, burnt, or destroyed, or
Or covered in white material.
stuck in the MG. Oh, yeah, covered by some certain materials, yeah. George, they will. George, a lot of your collectibles have ended up smashed, sat on, materials on them, or destroyed.
All sticky.
Only, oh, yeah. Or have bloody cheese puff particles all over them. And arse
not
particles.
Cartman James. That's more man. That is more Aaron.
No, Aaron looks after his collectibles, doesn't he?
No, but Cartman's fat.
Okay. You can still be skinny and have loads of cheese puffs. can't you?
That's okay.
Yeah, just a Ben. He's still got the cheese puffs around his.
Yeah.
Well, have you got anything else?
Say that before we go. That mustache really reminds me of something.
Oh, should we? Could you send me the... Oh, no. Could you send me
Because that would be... Wait, do the close-up again.
I thought you were going to send me the picture on Discord, George. Of Ben Philipsco.
Yeah, it's not. It doesn't have the bit in the middle. It doesn't have the connection bit in the middle, sadly. Oh, sadly.
I will make that a picture.
Oh, you already have? I'm pretty sure. It wouldn't be the first Hitler meme about him.
A black and white picture, I mean.
I suppose blonde hair and blue eyes, it doesn't really help, does it?
For the segment podcast, I don't know if we talked about this before, but when we did the segment podcast, I'll have to tell the story of when George got an indefinite suspension from karate. That'll be a really fun story.
No, that's
please,
that's
George,
completely unallowed. That's
why not?
completely unallowed.
George, it's one of the funniest stories ever. Please.
No.
Please.
No, unallowed. No.
Why not?
That is 1 foot down.
Damn. Do you know the karate story, Ben?
Maybe. I've heard a few stories about karate. Some of them involving a acquaintance of ours.
Well, I wouldn't even say he's an acquaintance anymore, but yeah.
you know.
George, what's wrong with that story though? It's seriously, it's a funny one. I wouldn't say who you put in the. I wouldn't say whose name you wrote down.
Right. Okay. Okay. Then you can say that for these segments.
If I leave out the name, because the rest of the story is quite interesting. If I leave out the name,
leave out names.
Yeah, I'll leave out the name of the person you wrote down. All I was going to say was
and the people involved.
Yeah, I would never say the names of anyone in any stories. First off, second off, I wasn't going to say the name of the person you wrote down anyway. I was just going to say certain historical figure. That's it. So that could be anyone. That could be Henry VIII. You know, yeah. Anyway, so no more. I'm guessing no more George's addiction. That was the one for today. Yeah.
I can do one more.
No,
it's good.
No, save it for the segment podcast.
Yeah.
No, save it for the segment one or whenever.
All I'll say is I have unlimited power.
Oh yeah. Very cool. But we'll leave that one there. Ben, are you coming back to sort of say goodbye?
Goodbye to AMG.
So I just want to say brilliant for Ben coming back. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully you're back for another one whenever. Thank you once again, George. Oh,
Thank you very much.
That's brought it down. That's brought it down.
Yeah. Well, see you on the next one, everyone.
I'm not coming back if it's doing that again.
All right.
Oh, no, I do want you to come back. So, see you later, everyone. Peace.